in your eyes and I can see love so dangerously. You're not trusting your heart to anyone. You tell me you're gonna play it smart. We're through before we start, but I believe that we've only just begun. When it's this good, there's no saying no. I want you so I'm ready to go. To the fire, to the limit, to the wall. For just to be with you, I gladly risk it all. To the fire, to whatever God may. For just to loving you, I take it all away. Right down to the wall, even through the fire. Hey family, welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. I guess YouTube has been shadow banning me because I've been here by myself lately. Haven't seen anyone come through, so that tells me that maybe maybe the notifications aren't getting out. But that's okay. That's okay. Because something else is in charge of everything. And it's not YouTube alone. So with that said, let's get into this story. My title is It's Over. I made a comment that Baba Rashan's video that we are winning. We're actually winning. I said this a long time ago, and I'm repeating what a master teacher had shown me. And we got to know that when we're in this knowledge of self, and we know that we are spiritual beings, that there's things behind the scenes that no one can see that we know, right? And going on spiritually, we're more in tune, we're more connected, and there's things in front of us that are happening that is not reality, that it's not nowhere grounded in what the way things are. But still, believe it or not, the physical existence is very much important. So what happens in this physical existence is taken, translated, and it's looked at, and it's what more than likely what is going on. It's an imbalance, because we know that balance within is very critical to our good health. So we see this, basically what I'm saying, we see this pattern in nature, and what we see in nature is usually our real true reality of our of our physical existence. So it makes things a fact, makes it a fact. So I would say, is it or is it not true that when you have a sickness in the body, that's considered an imbalance? That would be true, because the body, something in the body is off. When you're balanced, you don't just get sick. You don't have mental breakdowns. Nothing really bothers the mind or soul. You know what I'm saying? But when we are faced with imbalances, that's when all hell can break loose, you know? So, and then there's always something that it's like what they call it, a catalyst that can cause these things, can cause you to spiral out of balance, okay? Which can cause the earth to spiral out of balance, which means we're getting all kinds of things done because people are not balanced, the earth is not balanced, we're not balancing or connecting with the earth. So all of that takes an effect. All that plays into, you know, everything else. So this is my 24th anniversary day, and it's been great just to be, close to my husband, because we've been married for 24 wonderful years. And, you know, it is possible to stay married and not deal with divorce. It can be a reality, is what I'm saying. I mean, like I said, through the fire, through the limit, to the wall. I mean, it's just been strengthening, you know. Um, but it takes, in this society, it takes a lot. It takes how do you say it? It takes two people who really want to make it work, who really, really, you both really, really have to want to make it work. Because, if one doesn't want it to make it work, or is willing to put forth the effort, then, you know, then it just fall apart. It'll just fall apart. But back to what I was talking about. I was telling someone in Baba Rashan's, let me see, I'm trying to pull it up. Comment. And they commented, I said, we're winning, right? Contrary to what we see, we are winning. They replied, we are not winning anything, and asked me what I had to drink. But like I said, in all true reality, we're winning. You have to want to be a winner. You have got to want to get out here and be a winner. Because if you're saying that you're losing, you're not in your true reality. You're not in your true reality. All that we see around us is, as I said before, many times, it's the illusion. It's the illusion, and we got to recognize what our purpose is here on this earth, is to bust through the illusion. And I'm about to get into a sad story about a 13-year-old boy who tried to commit suicide, and this is just evidence to what I was saying before about how our people give our children over to a people we know too well, but yet we refuse to believe that we have been indoctrinated, that we have been programmed to really think and really believe these things that we're told. Like, hold on. This right here, this right here did it to our people too.
If we took a holiday, some time to celebrate. Just one day out of life, it would be so nice.
That did it to our people. And then this also. See, this is why we love integration. This is why our people now are stuck on it. And now I have finally realized what the problem was. You know, it's party and bullshit. It's party and bullshit.
I was a terror since the public school era. Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13.
But on a serious note, uh-uh. Now I see what I never seen before because I know what I never knew before. And like I said to him about winning, because he said we were not winning nothing. And let's see what I repeated back to him. I said, what looks bad is all lies. It's not our truth. What you can't see but know is the truth. What's deep within us, they want us to keep bad things within us. This is where our people of ancient was telling us the story, and they kind of covered it up with physical stuff. So the story is, what do you know and make your reality and your truth? This is why, and mental, so it's mental. So this is why they inundate us with so much crap, so much negativity, so much death around us, so much. They're shaping our world. We allow them to shape our world around us. We allow them to shape our world. So this young man in this story, you can't fault a child, because our children do not have they're not able to get this knowledge that they need. Their fathers are not in the home. Mom's raising them by herself. Um, the society frowns upon Black men and Black women, period. Together or not, they would prefer you not to be together, because this way society was formulated for us here to be in this society. This is the way it was formulated for us. So now this woman, it's just so sad what happened to her child. But I'm gonna let the video play, and then afterwards I'll come back and finish my commentary. Okay, family?
Now to a heartbreaking update, an already tragic story of 11-year-old Jamari Dent. Bullied by classmates and teachers, the little boy tried to hang himself. His family has been fighting for Jamari's life for the past 2 years. And tonight, CBS 2 investigator Megan Hickey reports Jamari's suffering has come to an end. Megan, just a tragic update.
Right, Charlie, last night his breathing became irregular. He was rushed to the hospital, but doctors were unable to revive him. And sadly, he passed away. Now his family's federal lawsuit is turning into a wrongful death case.
I love you, Jamari.
Just last week, Jamari Dent's family learned that despite being deaf, blind, and on a ventilator, the now 13-year-old had some neurological function. Essentially, he's been trapped inside his body since February 2019. That's when the CBS 2 investigators sat down exclusively with his mother.
He said, Mommy, I don't want to go to school tomorrow. He said, I'm tired of them messing with me at that school.
Jamari, a special needs student, said he was tired of being called stupid, dumb, and retarded, of being picked on by students and singled out by teachers. And Jamari's mom, on multiple occasions, spoke out. She asked for help.
See, interference here. Hold on. They really see me the enemy of the state, huh?
11-year-old Jamari Dent, bullied by classmates and teachers. The little boy tried to hang himself. His family has been fighting for Jamari's life for the past 2 years. And tonight, CBS 2 investigator Megan Hickey reports Jamari's suffering has come to an end. Megan, just a tragic update.
Right, Charlie, last night his breathing became irregular. He was rushed to the hospital, but doctors were unable to revive him. And sadly, he passed away. Now his family's federal lawsuit is turning into a wrongful death case.
I love you, Jamari.
Just last week, Jamari Dent's family learned that despite being deaf, blind, and on a ventilator, the now 13-year-old had some neurological function. Essentially, he's been trapped inside his body since February 2019. That's when the CBS 2 investigators sat down exclusively with his mother.
He said, Mommy, I don't want to go to school tomorrow. He said, I'm tired of them messing with me at that school.
Jamari, a special needs student, said he was tired of being called stupid, dumb, and retarded, of being picked on by students and singled out by teachers. And Jamari's mom, on multiple occasions, spoke out. She asked for help and didn't get it.
They were put on notice that this abuse was occurring, and yet they chose to protect themselves instead of protecting young Jamari.
The family's attorney, John Erickson,
Yeah, this has escalated.
represents the family in a federal lawsuit that blames Chicago Public Schools for what happened next. Jamari went up to his room, stood on a suitcase, and wrapped a sheet around his neck.
I fell to my knees. I said, what did you do, Jamari?
According to a recently amended complaint filed in April, several of Jamari's classmates have since corroborated alleged bullying by teachers. One teacher, according to the complaint,
Repeatedly over the course of the semester, called him a dirty, stupid.
The lawsuit alleges that Jamari's treatment is part of a larger pattern of abuse against special needs students in the district. Now, with Jamari's death last night,
I climbed into the back seat and we began doing chest compressions, CPR. His mother was blowing into his mouth. Well, I don't really remember how, but I managed to call 911.
Erickson says the urgency has escalated because the teachers who allegedly singled out Jamari are all still on the payroll.
Blink your ass if you hear me talking to you, Jamari.
In 2019, CPS told us that the district was conducting a full investigation. We reached out today for an update and a comment. A spokesperson told us our deepest condolences and sympathies are extended to his loved ones. Charlie?
So, Megan, what happens now with that federal lawsuit?
So the next hearing was set for August, but now his attorneys are going to have to amend that complaint to include Jamari's death. We will, of course, keep following up.
Just tragic. Thanks, Megan.
Oh, no, I'm back. So that was a tragic story about the 13-year-old boy. You see, there's countless of these stories, for our people. But somehow, representatives, the Black Caucus, they think it's okay to live like this without tangibles. They think it's okay to not ever give us repairs, which we need from the damage that has been. They can go over to Afghanistan and try to repair that place. They can go and bomb up Kuwait or Baghdad and redo that whole place over again, rebuild for those people, and then ask where the money's going to come from for the Black folks. Meanwhile, faking and pretending to be a people of some kind of eviction or some kind of a heart, pretending to be people with a heart. Which you cannot be and live in this society as if everything's normal. You cannot be. I can understand my people, but sometimes I do ask the question, what is wrong with my people? But I can see, because it's a name for it. It's a name for their abuse and how their minds deal with it. It becomes normal for them. Because the world around them has been made to be normal. But you're going to all have to be accountable for that. They're going to have to be accountable for the fact that innocent people all over the place have been harmed. Innocent people have been harmed. And for no reason at all but stupidity. No reason at all but stupidity. Hold on. Hey, I'm back. But to dismiss this, because the programming is real, the programming of thinking that something is going to come to save you, that's the problem right there. You see, it was a lot of mixed. I know when we were integrating, okay, I understand that a large majority of the people did not want to integrate, of our people. But then there was a group that wanted to integrate. They saw that as the best way. And we fell into a trap. One thing about walking on this earth we must face the truth of is that booby traps have been laid out for us. Booby traps have been laid out for us. And because these people, they plan, they conspire. So, in their conspiring, they have also laid out a plan where we are tricking ourselves as well. We're very highly imaginative people. We have that because we're connected to all of that. So understanding our minds and understanding us in that matter is pretty much how they lay out their traps. You see, this is why a story in a time when our people are in a state of fear, a state of, because they fed, this is from their stories, they fed us the Christianity during our enslavement, right? So you can tell a story and the people grab a hold of it and it becomes a part of them. But the story all along is made for the people to never stop. Never ever stop being controlled by something outside of themselves. So no matter if you end up free, you're still going to be controlled by ideologies or the mind of the person who physically had you enslaved. This is why it's easy for you to fall into these things, like give your children over without a thought, because the programming has been that the white man is the savior. But you're not been programmed with your reality, with what it really is to stay away from that which is a danger and keep and safeguard that which is precious to you. So now we're dealing with a bunch of people in power that look like us with this mindset that glory is with the white man. Because if you look back to when Bush was president, When Bush was president, I don't think there was too much. It didn't seem like they had a problem with that. When Obama became president, they felt like they expressed, I should say, not felt, because I don't know what people felt or thought really, but it seemed as if it was going to be something event that was going to change it, our situation. But then that was a falsehood. So we come right back around, and the vote for Biden was huge from the Black community. And they seem to be satisfied with whatever right now. Regardless, they don't see that we haven't, from the time of President Bush, nothing has progressed. From the time of President Bush, nothing has progressed or changed for the Black community at all. At all. And the problem is, they're not really trying to change anything for us. And the psyche behind that is diabolical. And being that it's diabolical, you know how the story goes. It's over. All the pain, all the strife on this planet that they have allowed to just happen, it's over for them. It is over for them. With that said, have a great night. Peace. Always remember, true love, real peace in our higher self, not outside of us, but within us. Till next time, peace.